What's up, YouTube? This is Angel, back here again with a discussion this time. And I guess my discussion today is, well, for my first real discussion actually, is are we accepted as gamers, and what I mean by that is, are we accepted by our family, our loved ones, our partners, our spouses, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wives, friends, coworkers, things like that. Are we accepted like in the way that if I were to tell you, oh, one of my passions is playing video games, 2-3 hours a night, like, would you think of that as, oh, that's fucking whack, like, why would he want to play video games and like for 2 hours or 3 hours a night when he can draw or fucking listen to music or drink some wine or something and watch a movie, I mean, it's my hobby and it's my passion, It's been one of my growing passions, over the past since I graduated high school back in 2012, going for 4 years now. It's been growing ever since I got out of high school, really. Mostly because, when I was in high school, I'm gonna give you a little history. When I was in high school, I graduated, but I mostly spent my high school, ditching and basically hanging out with the homies and homegirls, drinking, smoking weed, not really giving a shit about school, And I wanted to basically get out of that rut that I was in, because my homies didn't want to do something positive with their lives. They didn't want to graduate. Some of them died and ended up in jail. Basically, so it sucks, Playing video games was my escape during a lot of those times, because there would be times when they would go to a party and something bad happened at that party. Like somebody got stabbed or some shit and the cops came. And, thank God to me staying home one of those nights and playing video games, I avoided those problems, So I see it as an outlet, as an escape, basically to not get me into doing negative things like the way I was when I was younger, Now that I'm a dad and a father, the same thing, my bad. I mean, now that I'm a father and a husband, it shows me that there's more positive things in life, working, paying bills, handling your responsibilities, taking care of your family first, and you second. I always try to handle my responsibilities and my priorities first. I always take care of my family first. My oldest is asleep, and my baby son is asleep, and my wife's busy over there with my son, So I always try to see it as, I take care of them first. And then I save up, I pay everything off, that we have, bills, rent, car payment, insurance, etc. And then I handle myself. I'll save up 20, 30, 40, $100 if I can, when I was working. And I would basically build up that amount of money, and, I would spend it on, video games, DVDs that I have down here, Blu-rays, new systems, new consoles. Or I would buy, I would spend it on tattoos, because they are a luxury. And I see it as, if I have my priorities straight, as a man, as a husband, as a father, I should be able to do whatever I please. And basically that's playing video games. I love cars, I love music, I love art. I love cruising in my car, when I'm by myself sometimes, just go on the freeway, go a little speed demon, go a little bit fast, not try to break laws and shit, But that's what I like, and that's what I love. I love my family to death. They mean the world to me. Being a husband and a dad is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Now that I'm a man, graduated out of high school in 2012, worked for 4 years, have 2 kids now, have a wife. And I thank God that I'm still able to have that free time that I do have sometimes, when I can play video games late at night, maybe an hour, 2 hours. I have a crazy backlog and a crazy amount of games, but when I get to play, I see it as an escape of the stresses of life, the shit that we have to deal with as human beings, dealing with work, dealing with family, dealing with depression, anxiety, dealing with all these crazy amount of things that we have to go through in our daily lives, and I see it as an escape. People will listen to music all day for hours, to escape their problems, or they'll draw, or they'll drink, or they'll smoke, or they'll go dirt bike riding, things like that. But for me, one of my big things is watching movies and playing video games. You know what I mean? Or mostly that's what I like to do on my free time. My basically, like, I just trying to say is, like, are you accepted as a gamer? And like, does your family accept it? I know some families will be like, that's fucking dumb, like, you're basically a nerd or a geek for playing games. And I don't see it as that, because now video games are so mainstream and more trendy, now, because of esports and the internet and YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, those apps. It's getting so popular now that everybody's doing it. Everybody's playing on their phones, and even if you don't realize it or not, playing on your phone, I mean, that could make you a gamer also. It might not make you a hardcore enthusiast like myself, that'll buy games and like, I'll go to the midnight launches when I can, and I'll go pick up that new system, or I'll go pick up that new game that I've been waiting for so many years or months. But I think playing games, on a daily basis, when you can, everybody's a gamer in little ways. Everybody's an enthusiast, or like, they're into their hobby because that's what they love and that's what they like to do. I mean, when my nephews would come down from Texas, we'll go to we'll hit the gym, go work out, listen to music, or we'll go eat or go to the movies. And with my family, we'll go to the mall, go to the movies also a lot when we can, and we'll have a good time. And I always try to see it as, I take care of my family first, and then me, and then I can indulge in what I love and what I like, video games and movies or technology, little things for my car, or like, I'll buy tattoos, I'll get these tattoos. They are pretty expensive, but it's a luxury that I put aside for myself. For, like, when I want that, I can go get that because I've already handled my priorities. I'm not a loser for playing video games. My parents are old school. They see it as, like, why do you play games? Why don't you, why don't you go do different things? And I tell them, well, that's what I like to do on my free time, because most of my time I spend it with my family and my sons and my wife. So when I can, I like to play games. When everybody's asleep by 9 o'clock or like 8 o'clock, and it's getting to 10 o'clock, and I'll be playing a game. A couple hours in, I'll be playing a new PS4 game, or like an original Xbox game, or like, I'll use my modded Xbox that I have. I'll do that, because that's what I like to do, because I see it as an escape, because, it's taking me away from all the issues that I was dealing with today, or that morning that I was dealing with, excuse me. So I see it as, basically as an escape, and some people, they'll understand that, because, like I said, if I like playing video games and watching movies because I'm a gamer and an enthusiast for technology and of entertainment, that's what I like. Some people, they'll listen to music all day, or like, they'll draw all day, to get rid of all that stress and that bullshit and the depression that they've been dealing with. So that's what I see it as. Everybody has a hobby, and everybody's an enthusiast in their own way. And for me, that's video games, man. You can see by my collection that I have right here. That's what I like. I don't have a shitload of tattoos. I do want more, but I'm waiting until I get to Texas and I buy my house for my family. I take care of my priorities, and then, like I said, I'll handle myself. You know, at first my wife, she would see my game collection and she'd be like, "What the fuck? Like this guy's crazy. You know, he's got thousands of video games. Like, why does he have that? You know." Some people they'll buy beer all fucking day and that'll last them a couple hours or a couple days. You know, but for me, this is my beer and my, you know, me. Instead of wasting money on weed like I would back in high school, I would waste it on these. You know, paying for 20 sacks a gram. You know, I would pay $20 and I can get maybe 2-3 games used at GameStop, you know, things like that, or buy some movies, and I mean that's what I like, you know. That's basically my escape, and my family they're more accepting now because they realize that, you know, that I do handle my priorities, that I handle my priorities, I take care of my family, and then if I wanna splurge and spend on myself, I'll do that. And they understand that now. They're more accepting. Like my mom, she grew up in the. I mean, she's from 1960, so she grew up basically 70s, 80s. You know, teenage years and adult life. And she said that her and my dad, you know, they would play. They would go to, you know, to the arcade and they'll play Pac-Man or they'll play Donkey Kong. Or like they'll play games like Galaga and Dig Dug and all of those Atari games. You know, back during when they had the arcades, you know. So I see it as, you know, if they did it back then and, you know, people would waste money on that, you know, what's the difference between me wasting my hard-earned money that I put aside for myself on this? All these games can transport me to different worlds and give me an escape of things that I wouldn't be able to do in the real world. And that's what I love about it, man. I mean, you could play, you know, games like Mad Max or Mafia 3, and, you know, you could be transported into, you know, that time of the 60s, or you could be like in a post-apocalyptic world and you're scrapping for gas in Mad Max and you're fighting, you know, like all the war boys, you know, and things like that, you know. I mean, it's such a brilliant escape, you know, that I value, and that I'm grateful that, you know, that there's people out there that'll make these games for us, you know, for the gaming community and for just entertainment itself, you know, because all these games tell a story, and there's an escape for each and every one of us in every single of these games. And that's what I love about it, you know. Hopefully when I'm 70 years old, I'm still able to pick up a control. And, you know, I want to get my sons into what I love, you know, playing video games, watching movies. You know, I mean, we'll still hit the gym, things like that, you know what fathers and sons and kids do, you know. And I spend my time with my family first, and then I worry about me, you know. And I see it as, you know, I feel like it's more accepting now. Some people, they'll still frown on it and say, oh, like, you know, you're 20 years old. Why are you still playing games? You know, I mean, don't you have better things to do? And I say, yeah, like I spend all my time with my family. You know, I take care of my family. I pay what I have to pay for bills, rent, car insurance, whatever. And I take care of them first, and I take care of all my priorities, and then I will take care of me, and I'll play, you know, games, you know, or I'll watch movies. But I love video games, man. I mean, let me see if I can get a game. This game. Where's the camera? Like Star Wars Republic Commando. I just got it. Just playing that game alone, like, I mean, it transports you to a world, you know, being somebody else, being something different that you would never be able to do in your modern, mundane life, you know? So I see it as, you know, all of these games tell a story, and, you know, and you're allowed to experience that. And people, they don't, you know, some of my family, they still don't understand that. And I respect their opinions, and I respect all of your guys' opinions. But for me, I mean, this is what I like. You know, this is what I love. This is my passion. I mean, I love cars, I love music, I love art, I love everything. But one of my main growing passions is video games. Maybe I might be done with my collection, I don't know yet. I mean, once I get my house in Texas and I experience that of owning my own place and putting my own roof over my family's head, you know, it's maybe like it'll grow. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it does, awesome. I mean, it's going to be fun because now that my kids are getting older, my oldest son watches me play games even now, and like he's been because he started to walk, and he walks all over the place, you know. So it's like, you know, he watches me game, and like he'll want to get the control and like press buttons and, you know, things like that. So like I'll give him an extra control and like take up the batteries, and he thinks he's the one playing. So like, I mean, those type of fun things, like that's what I love, you know. And like I want to cherish that with my family, with my wife, you know. We'll play Resident Evil 5 split screen co-op, or we'll play Left 4 Dead and kill zombies all day, or like we'll do a racing game, you know, play Forza on my 360 and just have a good time. You know, at first she kind of didn't like that I would play video games, but now, I mean, she loves it, you know, because I got her into that, you know. I mean, she started going my way, like, and experiencing and having fun with them, you know. So for me, I believe that I am accepted as a gamer. Maybe there's a couple people in my family or friends or like ex-coworkers that I had that they wouldn't understand that and they didn't like that. But, you know, people don't like what they don't know, you know. So it's like, you know, don't judge all these games, or don't judge the person just because they love video games, or like they're an enthusiast and proud of the things that they like to do. But how do you guys feel? I mean, are you accepted by your guys' family, by your loved ones, by your partners and spouses, things like that? Are you guys accepted as a gamer? I mean, I feel that I am now. Even as an adult, there's still, you know, I mean, there's still like a lot of naysayers out there, but I feel like there's more of an acceptance now because people are playing games also. You know, people play games on their phone all the time. You know, or they'll get into buying a PS4 or buying their first Xbox One or first 360, whatever, and they'll experience those consoles, you know, and they'll fall in love with them, just like the way that I did. So I guess that's it, you guys. I mean, I don't really know what else to say, but I feel like I'm accepted as a gamer. So let me know if you guys are in the comments down below, and if you guys want to make a video response, you guys could do that also. Thanks for watching, and God bless.